Hello, beautiful beings. In 1989, I went to treatment for anorexia, and I had a therapist named Barb. And she was standing in front of our group one day, and she said, "Listen up, you guys. I want to tell you something, and I want you to remember it for the rest of your lives." She said, "If you find yourself in a situation and it feels crazy, it's because it is." I can't believe how long it takes me. It's fine. I mean, I have been putting myself down for it. I was talking to Ocean about it yesterday. Why does it take me so long? Why do I keep trying to have conversations with people that I feel absolutely insane when I speak to them? Why do I keep hoping that it will change when I absolutely know that it won't? That's fine. I don't need to know the whys. Well, because I've been conditioned. We've all been conditioned in certain ways that we are unconditioning. Well, a lot of us are unconditioning. It's called the ascension process. Not all of us are going through it. This person that I'm talking about, the neighbor guy, he's not going through it. He doesn't see his part in anything. It's always my fault or somebody else's fault. That is narcissism. That, to me, is incurable. This type of narcissism that he has, plus a very traumatic brain injury, plus alcoholism. So if it feels crazy, it is. I'm done. He's blocked. I've had him blocked now for a few days, and I'm getting more and more peaceful. I do feel stirred up right now because I've been thinking too much. But I've just been down on myself this afternoon because I'm just like, why did it take me so long? Well, it's because I'm changing at a cellular level. I'm letting go of self-defeating behaviors that I've done for lifetimes, especially as a female, being conditioned by men to 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 tolerate the intolerable so they don't have to change, so he can stay exactly like he is and get what he wants. But I'm not giving myself away anymore in any way, shape, or form. And if it takes blocking people, like literally blocking people and figuratively blocking people out of my life, it just feels like it, the ancients are saying it one reason it has felt so difficult is because it goes against my very nature to block people out of my life, to go, "You're hopeless. There's no hope for you." But that's okay. In certain situations, yeah, God's got that person. Not me. I'm here to help humanity, but not all of humanity. No. Just as much as God wants me to help. So I'm still learning, and I do see that I kept trying to have conversations with this person because I felt like I was seeing glimmers of change, but it's not. It never has been. He's only been nice to me because he wants something from me. And that's just creepy to me, but they do exist. And some people, well, people call them all sorts of things, entities, possessed. It doesn't even matter. I just know that it is my priority to keep these people away from me. And I have been incredibly afraid of blocking him because I thought that I wouldn't get to see Ruby anymore. But I've let that go too. And I'll have her in my life as long as I possibly can. Ruby's his dog, if people don't know that. She was highly neglected before. You could see her ribs and her hip bones, and now she's perfectly healthy and incredibly happy. So that feels really, really good, and I feel really blessed that I've got to play such a big role in her life. But I can't help him because he doesn't want help. Not that he's hopeless, but he doesn't want help, and he absolutely 100% cannot see his part. It's always whatever the it is, it's always my fault or somebody else's. Genuinely, like he really, really feels that way. Or his excuse is, "I had a traumatic brain injury, and I just have a bad memory." Talking to this person has been absolutely crazy making. And so they've been reminding me of Barb lately, what she said. If it feels crazy, it is. So I'm feeling better and better. I'm eating really well. I even through feeling upset, I don't have any desire to smoke. It didn't even pop into my mind smoking marijuana. I want to feel everything and truly resolve things. I don't want to smoke and have the illusion that I feel good. I want to feel good after I have done my work and like basically earned the right to feel good. And I love the feeling of I love the high I get from accessing presence again, my own natural state of being, and that happens when I get out of my freaking head. So I'm practicing that on a daily basis, and it's just felt incredibly turbulent lately. But I know that it's because I'm letting go of it at a deeper level than I ever have of people that no longer serve me. Even if a person has been toxic in my life, and I've allowed them to stay in my life and keep interacting with them, it's for me, they have been a mirror for me, and it's been imperative that they were in my life to show me the things, to mirror the things in myself that I really needed to shine my light of awareness on and heal. But then when that's done, they don't serve any purpose in my life at all. They need to go, because these people that are those mirrors for me are incredibly toxic. So it's okay. It's okay to move on. It's okay to let go. And it's actually imperative to let go at a certain point. And 100% once and for all, let these people go and not let them have any access to me. The most access that this person down the way is going to have to me is when we exchange his dog. And I told him that a few days ago. I said, I cannot talk to you on the phone anymore. We've been fighting for 5 months. Not continuously, but mostly. The first day I ever hung out with this person, I cried and cried and cried because my energy felt so muddied up and I just felt so jammed up. But it's easier when we're on the outside looking in at somebody else's situation. Oh, why are you doing that? Or, wow, I wouldn't do that if I were you. Well, when you're in it, yeah, the forest for the trees. When you're in it, it's harder to see. Well, it's because I'm going through the lesson. And once I pop out, then I can see everything very clearly. It used to be that I had absolutely no idea where I was at all. I just stayed in cycles over and over and over for years and years. So thank you, Ancients, for pointing that out, because even when I am going through something, I see what I'm learning. I see what I'm outgrowing. So I gotta stop beating myself up because I've already let go. I have him blocked. I'm not arguing with him anymore. It's definitely letting go requires wading through a lot of fear. So I told him a few days ago that I said, I blocked you. I can't talk to you on the phone anymore. I just get too upset, and I just don't feel like we're really compatible as far as communicating goes. And he actually agreed with me. And he was actually really nice about it. He probably, had whatever. It doesn't matter. I cannot figure out how he thinks. It's kind of like they're showing me when I walk the dogs, when I walk Doozer and Ruby at the same time. It can be incredibly frustrating because they're both going in different directions, and then they'll switch directions. All of it, it's very frenetic at times, and I have to work really hard at just staying super calm and balanced, because I don't like being jerked around in different directions. I just want to go in one direction and then gently take a right or a left or a curve or something. But that's exactly what it's like trying to talk to people, well, highly narcissistic people, or like he fully admits that he had a severe a traumatic brain injury, and he's also alcoholic. So it just makes communication with him absolutely impossible, and I've tried my best, and more than likely the main reason, bottom line, is the ancients are saying it goes against my nature to give up on people, but he's not mine to hold on to. He's the divine's child. I don't he was just in my life to mirror what I needed to see inside of myself. And really the bottom line is that I was afraid that if I let go of him absolutely and blocked him, that he would keep his dog away from me. I have her at least, well, I go over and get her early in the morning because he is at work at 6 o'clock in the morning. And so I go over around 7:30 and I go get her. And then she's with Doozer and I for the rest of the day. And if I go to work that day, I leave her and Doozer alone here. So neither one of them are ever alone anymore. So then I get home from work and I have the whole rest of the day with them. And then when he gets home, he has a half an hour before he starts working here at the RV park for 4 more hours. And so that's 12 to 13 hours that he's working every day. But then like today, when he got off of work here at the RV park, he just jumped on his dirt bike and was gone for another 2 hours. So all that time when I met him, that's how much time Ruby was alone. She was highly neglected. You could see her ribs and her hip bones, and she was very depressed. And now she's a healthy weight and she's incredibly happy, and that just makes me feel so good. And I've been so worried that I've been holding back on blocking him because I was so afraid of having to let her go. But like Ocean pointed out the other day, it's not worth it. Like you cannot hold on to him just because of Ruby. And it's really hard for me to wrap my head around that because I love her so much. But surrender is surrender. And I surrender. And I told him 2 or 3 days ago now that I blocked you because we have fought way too much in the last 5 months, and I absolutely have to stay peaceful. I have to. It is my priority. And and I was just like, nothing against you or whatever, but let's just have really brief, pleasant interactions like we have been doing. Let's just keep it at that. And he actually agreed with me. It doesn't mean he would stay agreed with me, but that doesn't matter. I have to do this for myself, and I am doing this for myself. And this is lifetimes of conditioning we're talking about that a lot of us are ascending out of. So it looks like a lot of back and forth movement, a lot of going back to toxic situations and getting my ass kicked and going, oh, okay, uncle, okay, I'll let go this time a little bit more until I'm finally on my knees surrendering. And I don't pick that person back up again just because of fear. It's all pulling fear out by the taproots. Either I trust the divine or I don't. So, no, so. Even through feeling upset, whatever, this last, I think 6 days now with no marijuana, it hasn't even crossed my mind to smoke, to feel better. I want to feel everything exactly like it is. I don't want assimilated peace. I don't want assimilated happiness. I want the real thing, and I don't need to feel high. The only high that I want to feel is when I'm not in my head and I'm firmly rooted in presence, in my own natural state of being in this physical form. Oh, this right here, my parents bought me a long time ago. Isn't it beautiful? It's a little God box I have a big God box now, but when I didn't, I used to put little pieces of paper in here about things that were bothering me because I used to not know how to give the divine what I was worried about. And so having a God box, I don't say God very often because there's so much mental ideas or whatever attached to that. When I say God, then when I'm speaking about God, then I have to say he or she, and God does not have a physical form. So I say the divine, and that feels better to me. So I was rearranging things on my table yesterday, and I used to have my jewelry in here, but now I have my jewelry in this little abalone shell. And so I opened this up yesterday, and it was almost full of marijuana. Last night. And I was just like, oh my gosh, I totally forgot about this. And I smelled it and I like touched it, and then I ran outside and dumped it on the ground. It was raining. I was just like, threw it out there. I was just like, oh, no way, man. And literally when I smelt it, it smelled good for a second, and then it made me sick to my stomach. So, oh yeah, the divine has really removed the desire. As far as do-overs go, I've been saying we always get a do-over, but recently I've been realizing that if it's a situation that the divine keeps wanting me to let go of and I keep doing it, I'm going to run out of do-overs. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, Ocean, she can channel the ancients now also. It's like when I speak to her, I get them in stereo. And oh, same thing with Moonstar. It's absolutely amazing to see these things happen. I mean, what a miracle that is. And she said, yeah, they're getting what did she say? What did you say, Ocean? Yeah, they're getting a little, no, not impatient. And they're not really, like, they're not ever annoyed with me or anything, but they are going, really? Like, really? You're upset again? Really? You talk to him again? Like, you know this stuff. You know this. Yeah, I do. And I dodged a huge bullet this time, um, by not catching any diseases. And that scared me straight. It really did. Not that there's anything wrong with sex, but in my heart, I don't want to do that. And I've known that. I mean, I don't want to have sex with somebody that I don't love and that doesn't love me. And I went against that, and I'm not going to do that again. And I know that. I feel that with every fiber of my being. So let's try not to be too hard on ourselves. If we've kept going back to things, it's all a part of learning. But after a certain point, it really, whatever the it is that keeps hurting me, that I choose to keep picking up or keep entertaining, there comes a point where I just absolutely, I have to let it go. Like, it has to be done. So then I can see the new pouring into my life. That's what they're showing me right now, setting these things down. Like these people that I'm talking about, I've talked about this other person for a long time now, years, on my channel. The one that I thought was it was the part of the twin flame concept. I haven't known this person my whole life. They're just people they're my presenters. They're two of my greatest teachers that I've had. The neighbor guy and this other person. But teachers are teachers. I was in school and didn't stay in contact with any of those teachers. So I can let these guys go. I have let these guys go. It doesn't matter what the one from the twin flame lesson, it doesn't matter how he would come into my life. Even if he called me on the phone tomorrow, no. No, because I want the new in my life. No, the old is the old, and the new is the new, and I'm ready for the new, even if it just stays quiet. I know that it won't, though. I know that I have people coming into my life that are more on my frequency. I will be able to have very beautiful songs with, and our communication will just be very flowing. And because these people are going to be coming more from their heart space and way less from their head. I was listening to Pluto Bean today, and he said, no matter how much we grow, no matter how much we ascend, there will always be people that come along. Like, and I've never heard anybody else say this before, but he says pop quizzes too. And I was just like, wow, you say pop quizzes too? Was it Pluto Bean, you guys, that says pop quizzes? It may have been somebody else, but he said no matter what level we reach, there will always be people that come along to test us to see, did you really get this one yet? Did you really get it? Or are you going to entertain a highly intoxicated, I was going to say toxic, but yeah, intoxicated also. And see, that's one thing about my neighbor guy that I knew right away. I knew he was an alcoholic right away. And I went there anyway. And that's something that I said I would never do because I don't get along with active alcoholics, especially if they're men. So I'm not saying that all active alcoholics that are men are bad people, but they are highly toxic for me. One reason being is because I am, oh yes, a Hyoka empath. Wow, I looked that up yesterday. And so being an empath, I can feel the toxic energy coming from this person. No matter what's coming out of their mouth, no matter how nice they're being, I can feel their energy. And it's not good. It clashes with mine so badly that it literally hurts my physical form. So yeah, is that enough for you? They're saying, is that enough proof for you? Is that enough evidence for you? Yes, it is. And they're not being mean to me. They want the best for me, and because they can see what's coming in my life, and I get glimpses of it too. I don't need to see what's coming to have faith enough to let things go. I mean, just I'm not really letting things go because I'm letting things go because I have faith, but I'm letting things go because they're hurting me so bad. So I want the new, and I'm getting the new, and I just every time I go through something and I get really stirred up and upset, oh, peace is so sweet. I just I'm not going to get bored with peace again. I hope not. I made myself 4 or 5 different videos when right before I quit smoking marijuana this time. I've never done that before. Just in case the thoughts come in and start telling me how amazing it would be again, I'm going to listen to those videos. So I think, yes, that's a really good idea. They want me to make myself a video about reminding myself about why I'm not toxing, why I'm not talking to toxic people anymore. I will do that. All right, that's it for now. SatsangwithmamaG@gmail.com. We love you so much.